Hello and welcome, Cosmic Quantum Travelers. I hope you're doing good. It's still stormy, as in the unmeasurables, those that are not detectable, are very strong. So what's there left to say? But the title, The Return of Avalon and of the Maji Grail Queens and Kings, the true cosmic dragons, the original founders, tribes, race of creation who have seeded all of this, who are the guardians, who are here to protect humanity. You need to see everyone as your children, even your own parents, so to say. Because we're here to reparent ourselves, everyone else, to be the new cosmic father and mother. And I literally had no idea I was saying this. I would be saying this right now because it's not part of my notes. So funny. So anyway, and that's the thing. Right now, clear your field all the way. Like I'm really being shown for the activation on the 27th. Join me if you like. It's already in the field. This is freaking it. The Maji Grail Queens and Kings are taking it all the freaking way home. All of us. One way or another. Back to source. And right now, so the details are below in the description box if you want to join me. And if anything goes offline, and even before so, because again, the activation is online and it's kind of interweaving with the last one, very much so, as they all are. And again, even if it's the first activation or call you're doing with me live, you're picking up on other codes. And again, everybody picks up what they can, okay? So the new normal is ease, grace, happy days and holidays, okay? I can feel it, but you need to make it right now. Align with that frequency. Really. One moment to the next, you will be shown how to do that. It's not about money, but do align yourself with the frequency of luxury. Because you are a child of God. Your inheritance, after you've cleared out all of this karmic shit and load and debt, is the kingdom of heaven. Literally. And the Maji Grail Kings are going to take it all the way home right now. The Sun King. It's all about the diamond sun God body, which ultimately has 144 strands plus 3 as one triple helix DNA. So you're going to activate this fully, our diamond rainbow plasma light body, Merkaba vehicle, the Chrysa Saphira, the new Crystal Sophia, and the Albion light body. I'll add this actually to the description. But there is, I mean, again, it's the same with me doing any activation. There's so much there that's beyond the English words I share. That's part of the transmission, beyond the words, even light language being spoken. The new healing is sound healing. You are, before you come into creation, sound and light fields. This is what's ultimately being corrected. So that's why we're going into the Ascended Master levels right now as the forerunners to clear out all these levels, 10 to 15D, so to say, where 13 to 15D before was like sound and light fields and the pre-meta layers and of the Ascended Masters and Rishi bodies, which are fully cleared. Like this is the dark matter body. I've been working on this a lot because it's the original instruction sets. Like before you come into meta, your sound and light fields, vapors, crystalline, so forth. But what is that? It's consciousness, which is what I try to really, for us to like really shift, because as we shift our consciousness, we shift our realities, because as you shift your consciousness, you literally shift your body. A big message as well is, I can't get the light right ever. It's like impossible. Anyway, is, it's not so much about just dissolving any lower realities. It's about shape-shifting them. Because everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. So you can't just destroy anything, ultimately. all you're doing is you're transforming, you're alchemizing, which is what we've done. So any of the kind of lower experiences we have alchemized through higher consciousness, through the power and intelligence of true divine love into higher states of consciousness. And this is what alchemizes all lower, realities, aka distortions within the one consciousness. Because again, it all comes back to the consciousness. So again, as above, so below, as within, so without, and especially the within, without, and like the within, so without is the your reality is built upon what you are at the deepest level in your unconscious expecting. So your deepest self believes in expectations of realities. And so far they've been run on autopilot. So part of a hive mind, AI hive mind. And a lot of the ascension teachings have literally been like an AI program running. And it doesn't matter, even if you go, and whether you call it channeling, or whether you call it like tapping into your data stream or your own, I don't know, higher self and ascended master level, in the end, it's really like, I mean, for me, it's about source connection again, which would be, yes, it's your own stream of consciousness, of your higher levels that you really want to connect to, okay? In the end, for me, the deciding matter is, are you making up your own mind, or are you just following a program? Because it doesn't matter whether it's God talking to me, literally, or Joshua, Mary Magdalene, I don't know, some Saint Germain or some archangel, okay, which are all parts of us. It's like going sideways. It's like talking to your peers. It's like listening to me, okay? These are all individualized consciousness fields. Really, at ascended master level, it's fields. Okay, it's not just one person. It's consciousness levels, because you have many souls, parts of, an oversoul body, and then avatar levels, and then ascended master levels. And again, it's all ultimately being unified as one. That's what this is literally all about. So where you become everything, but it's like you're integrating, merging with every ascended master right now, as well as purifying that consciousness, because what is any of this? These are just consciousness streams. So that's why, like, the higher we go up in ascension, on our ascension journey and in the information available, the information becomes kind of more and more true, as well as more and more twisted and inverted, the same as the teachers. And it's the same as what I see with reality. It's like 95% of this is not real, the same as 95% of the people out there are like, teachers, guides, gurus, whatever, have been hijacked one way or another by not so pure, holy consciousness streams. Because whenever you channel or connect to any consciousness stream, including source, and you cannot apply your own experience, perception of reality, it's like you're just following a program. So again, because this is the big picture, which I really try to transmit, which is really what heals all. So if you think back to the Garden of Eden, we were just following God's word. And whoever instigated the fall in consciousness, in our freaking mind, because we're all one, is Aishanata. Insane, really. It's really insane. Anyway, if you think about it, if you really have crystal clear vision, you can see how insane all of this is, this whole reality and all of these inverted thought forms and belief systems. And as well as laugh about it, because this is what is going to get you through right now. I mean, I've seen this a few months ago. It's like, you're just going to really laugh about it. It's like, again, awakening from a dream as well. It's like, wow, let's not do this again, that thing. So lessons learned, no more running those memories on autopilot, because now we're fully disconnected from the hive mind, the artificial hive mind. All of these autopilot scripts running in the field of the consciousness, because we fully surrender to the heart. But again, everybody's is slightly is at a slightly different place right now, in a really big way. Like, I know one of my one person in my container, Grail container, is in like literally a healing crisis in at a hospital right now, and it's like you can be anywhere on the spectrum, and you know, any healing crisis is part of your awakening, Julie, because it's funny because she said something along the lines at the hospital, because the way she explained maybe or whatever, or the way it sounded, they thought it was like kind of a mental illness. And then I was saying, yeah, that's funny because ultimately every physical illness is the result of a mental, emotional, imbalance, trauma, wound that hasn't been attended to for too long. And then it will manifest into a physical illness, dis-ease, pain, all of this stuff. That's why it's so important to, you know, again, it's the physical, mental, emotional body, spiritual bodies. But, you know, again, the physical is the last bit. So all of the clearing, you know, again, if you need physical assistance, even from Western medicine, you know, again, you need to listen to your body right now, what it needs. It knows whether it's natural remedies or going to the hospital or just tuning into source. It's all part of this. You just need to listen to your guidance and what's available to you, and it will lead you there. The same as when I go to a health shop and sometimes, or a crystal shop, and a crystal or some remedy is kind of popping out to me in my awareness. And I'm like, okay, maybe right now my body needs this or wants this in order to harmonize further. Okay. What I'm also getting right now is really, really big, is this is literally the end time. So it's like, so I went to shop earlier, you know, kind of late evening shopping. And then I went past the bar and it kind of looked fun. And I was like, okay, let's just sit down. And I do appreciate a good cocktail. I used to work in bars and restaurants and used to manage a club, and I used to make cocktails. So I do appreciate a good cocktail. Anyway, so I had one. No, actually, I did have a cup. Anyway, so, and I also have dance downstairs, and the music was really good. The place is called Riot, which is fun. And I think I'm going to go back there tomorrow evening, and I'm going to dance there. Oh, that's Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. But I think they like setting it up right within your imagination, like the vibe, even if just one person is dancing, it's gonna be fun, sort of thing. So I think I'm gonna do this because it's like, you know, as I mentioned before, like right now, how can you really tune into the frequency of love bliss, of new earth already being here? So for example, let's say I'm gonna go there tomorrow or today, and you know, whatever, dance, have some fun. And I'm literally going to imagine we all together, you know, us who have been connecting a lot, around a campfire, dancing. Because, you know, like I've been seeing for a long time, it's going to be like, as this fully ignites, a little bit of a kind of moving festival where we're going to move around as kind of the cosmic monads, the whatever, 144 or however it may be, it's not a number, but around the world, so to say, or meeting up in different places and just having a really long party, but in a really good way, you know? And who even says that? And that's the thing what I really was tuning into. So it's like the same with healing. Who says it's just Western medicine or just, you know, natural ways of healing yourself or just energy healing? You know, all of this is part of it, part of the journey. So the same could be with fun. So let's say one evening you feel like going out for a beautiful dinner, cocktails. I mean, it would be really nice to have my beloved with me. That he would like this place, I think. It would be fun. Anyway, to just have, you know, I don't know, have some nice food, have dinner, have a couple of drinks, dance, you know, I don't know. And the next morning you go for yoga and go for a beautiful walk. You know, there can be a mix of everything. You know what I mean? It doesn't need to be one thing. We don't, because I'm just bringing this in because there's so much judgment in the field to certain things. And I'm kind of looking back and like, before we even gotten into the spiritual kind of judgment freaking arena and a whole lot of other layers of programming, which are really worse, I tell you, than 3D programming in a way. They really are. I'm still unraveling from some of these kind of belief systems within the spiritual community of right, wrong, good, bad, because it's even more deep-seated. The same as the spiritual ego is kind of harder to get rid of or alchemize than the normal human ego. Because it's higher up the truth ladder in a way. You know, and if you go all the way up though, it's source and you're everything. That's the pun, you know, the joke, the cosmic joke. So you're doing ultimately all of this to yourself. Right now, it's like for me, I've been shown for the next 3 days leading up, especially to the 27th, the activation of bringing all of this fully online. So this is like the Maji Grail Queens and Kings, and especially the Maji Grail King, the Divine Masculine. Again, this is about a resurrection, remembering, reignition, activation of the triple solar masculine and feminine as one within the hierogamic template of the new Christ Star Sapphira, Christos Sophia, the new Albion body. Again, it's reignited as a cosmic monad between the twin flames, the original tribes, gray lines, founder races, Essenes, Cathars, all interconnected. On behalf of all, it comes available for all. This is us igniting fully our divine blueprints, the cosmic quantum tree of life. And I'm also being shown not to share any visuals. Go totally like anything you ever thought about, believed in, let it all go. It's beyond words, it's beyond symbols, it's beyond any kind of compartmentalization of right, wrong, good, bad. Especially between the genders, because even when we talk about masculine, feminine, and the wounds we have caused one another and where it's at and blah, blah, blah. I mean, you can go around forever, literally. Literally. I can't say it. Anyway. But it's about understanding that it's one. We are one. We all have distorted masculine and feminine aspects that we're fully clearing right now. And it's not just yours, it's ancestral, you know, it's within your spiritual lineage, as well as just as you're born onto this planet, it's just part of the collective miasma and the collective consciousness that we came here though to transcend and alchemize through true divine love, and no more judging what anyone does or what is good and bad. Like really right now, it's like, what would you do if you had 3 more days, so to say, left on Earth? You know, like it doesn't even matter. It's not about that, because this is like, it's happening right now. As you fully let go of all stories of the old, as well as it's like, because for example, I've been in Dublin City for, you know, a little while now, and really clearing out the freaking heart chakra and crystal heart grid here. Wowsy. So anyway, and activating it. But anyway, but usually I don't like the city, really. And I've been actually enjoying it. It's been really interesting. And the same as today, I haven't been like in a loud kind of bar type dancing environment for a long, long time. And I really enjoyed it. And I'm like, okay, let's go with this. So I'm going to try it out, I think. And I'm going to see you there. Because we're going to literally like merge the realities. It doesn't matter where we are, where we're dancing, whether it's going to be at home, in a pub, club, with friends, out on a meadow, in our imagination, because this is ultimately where it happens. And let's meet there, especially on the 27th, all day long. I'm going to tune into a very special sacred site here. A couple, really. So I know what I do for now, anyway. I've been given guidance, and we'll see what else happens. So let fully go, surrender, really tune into you being your Maji Grail Queen, your magical self, Queen and King, your magical self, your superpowers, you fully owning your realities again. Okay, this is what all of this is about. And this is what we're going to ignite in a really, 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 really big way on the 27th. So join me in that group call if you like. Oh yeah, so special gift, because it's a special finale celebration. those who cannot afford it, please send me an email. Okay, details are in the description box also. So we're gonna open this one for those who also can't afford it at the moment, okay, of the minimum donation. But I really do appreciate the support, because again, it really supports the container. So maybe even if you're asking for free, so to say, access, maybe you can, I don't know, just send me a donation of whatever, even at €2.22. It's like, it's just an energetic exchange, you know what I mean? And beyond that, it's like, you know, I'm massively being shadow banned again on Facebook, especially. YouTube is, you know, it's like, can you maybe share, you know, if you think this is really helpful to your ascension journey and you think it will help others, maybe share, you know, like, subscribe, comment underneath my post videos and so forth, to help me spread the word and help others. Ultimately, it's not about me as such gaining anything, and that's the issue with free things. Okay, me offering this for free as well, so to say, for those who really can't afford it, that's between you and God, so to say, is causing me more energy, like time and effort, because I need to send emails forth and back, and you know, all of that stuff. Also, if you send me an email, please don't give me a whole story. Just send me a short and sweet email, okay, regarding this. And again, I'm sorry, I cannot give out free advice, and I'm sorry for some of the emails I haven't answered. And again, some others I would not want to answer. It's really like, it's nothing personal. It's just, I don't have the bandwidth. I have to focus on other things, okay? But again, I will answer the emails I've guided to. So anyway, mastering our thoughts is us mastering our realities, and you surrendering your mind to your heart is you surrendering to source. That's you becoming at one with divine will and ultimately with ultimate power. Because you're an enforcer of God's will. But you need to listen to the guidance that comes through your heart, but it goes through your own filter again. So it's like, it doesn't matter what you tune into. So even me channeling source or source, God source, you know, I'm tuning into the Godhead. It's still coming through my filter, through my own experience. You're translating very high level information that doesn't come in words and trying to translate this. That's why you need to always just take what resonates, leave the rest. Always make up your own mind. It's the most important thing. That's you being totally sovereign, because what is all the DNA hijack really about? It's someone hijacking your consciousness. Because it's consciousness. It's your morals, ethics, and values that have been, you know, infiltrated, messed with by outside forces, twisting it all around to truth and telling you, no, it's the same as, oh, but all is one, you know, and it's like they use it against you. And divine love, you know, again, it's tough love also. You need to know where someone is not in their truth, where you're wasting your time and energy, and where you're not, so to say. And where someone is really, really worthwhile, you know, waiting for, so to say. Which especially happens between the twin flames. I mean, I feel like I've been waiting my whole freaking for eons, and it really has to stop right now. So anyway, I'm sure we all feel this. Again, when I speak for me, it's really us. And again, take what resonates, leave the rest. It's with everything, okay? It's again words that divide us, literally, or the compartmentalized mind. So again, also what I was referring to right now is just live your best life. Have really fun with this 3D reality. And it's like, you don't really want to dissolve and just like kill something. It's more like transmute it into something that's fun. So when I'm maybe dancing later, so to say, today, tomorrow, again, I'm just dancing around the campfire and I'm tuning into this. And I always do this at home. Not always, but you know, when I feel like dancing. And I mean, that's pure joy. And again, I really truly feel like the healing that's happening it's especially through sound, especially also light. You know, again, that's why I do what I do in video form a lot over the last, like, it's almost 3 years now. especially because it helps us heal at a deeper level, but especially sound, because again, creation is sound and light, and that's what's being corrected. Okay, so we are fully awakening from the dream and spells of forgetfulness. All veils lift as you trust and believe and let go and surrender all of yourself to source and the divine plan, the divine love reunion, cosmic reunion of the one heart mind, of the one cosmic monad. Okay, so, and this is healing us all now. It's fully healing. And also I was shown like childhood wounds are really family wounds, you know, that run within families and then ultimately within the tribes. Again, it's the distortions within the blueprints. It's like, again, when we came into sort of the Garden of Eden, we were just following God's word. And then it's like fall in consciousness, experience for yourself what is really helping you and what isn't through experience. And then you really know this is how you align your blueprint to God's source consciousness, but where you still have now real, true divine, it's really a divine will because you're at one with source and you know what's the right thing to do in every now moment. So it's divine. Because free will is kind of really an illusion. It really is. But it's like now you're like your own autonomous, you know, you're not just following the word of God, you're still filtering it through your own experience and you keep fine-tuning it because God needs us to experience it to know what is right and wrong. If you just look at this whole play from the higher, like non-level perspective, like let's say before you were like an ascended master, you know, at a higher level and you non-physicalize, it's like, you know, it's maybe easy to pass judgment, but you don't really know until you know and have experienced it. And again, because this is quantum, it's all happening simultaneously. This is why as we're integrating all of, you know, our ascended master level self and the primal sound and light fields being fully corrected and merged with those levels and layers and our avatar self, that comes up. So it's been fully cleared, any distortions on these levels and layers of the dimensional frequency bandwidths, aka consciousness levels, and your layers and levels of identities. So you have a soul, you have an oversoul, an avatar level, and then a rishi level, which is your ascended master level, and then it's God source consciousness levels. And now to me, it's like literally kind of more simplified 3 layers and levels, although they are still one, they are literally one now, where it's like the pyramid or whatever is collapsing into a circle, a sphere, where it's like it's all held within source. You have the cosmic womb and then you have creation. But it's still all also the same because usually source is like particle. So it's like antimatter. And then you come into the matter and antimatter, particle, particum. And now I see this all merging, again, matter and antimatter fully merging within the oneness, as well as you have these different layers. So again, source is just ultimately non-form, you know, like antimatter. And then you have the cosmic womb, which is both matter and antimatter. And everything is being dissolved back into this space within the consciousness ultimately. Because anything physicalized is just projected out and it's not really real. And then you have matter, which is though now also matter, antimatter, then you antimatter merge as one. And those are quite simple words to describe this, but I know it's so confusing. So try to not try and as such figure it out. But it's like now you are in matter and antimatter form at the same time, and you can constantly create from within the Cosmic Mother's womb, from within the oneness of creation, whatever you want to manifest, but it needs to be in alignment with divine will. And again, that's the thing. So it's like our personal will and divine will has merged as one, as well as it's constantly seeking balance. And it's that's the thing. If you would have ultimate power, would know everything, could direct and control everything you're creating, there would be no surprise whatsoever. This is not what this is about. And you're not the only creator here. because it's a co-creation of the oneness. So that's why the thing I'm constantly saying, this is not done as such, although the general trajectory is there, but it's like, you don't have to as such figure out how you're going to get there. It's just going to be revealed through you as you keep tuning into the quantum field, as I do. And this is the whole thing of like the same as these activations this month was like one after another. Once that one is finished, it's the next one. Like I didn't get the downloads fully until one is finished, so the next one, and it still keeps building on top of this, you know, as we move through space-time, so to say. I hope that makes sense. What is really beyond words, especially now. So anyway, I'm going to keep this short. I know I've been sharing so much, but it's like actually it does create a bottleneck in my field if I don't share, and I'm going to probably go a lot offline over until the 27th now. So this will probably be my last video until then, unless again there's a bottleneck of information, because there's so many downloads and light codes streaming in, so much clarity that we're also here to share. I mean, I'm not just sharing this again, I'm still sharing for free, because that's just what we're here to do anyway. But then you also need to keep certain things very sacred and in private containers, as I have been sharing, because it gives them a lot more power, because there's a lot more purity in the field, because everybody's really invested and into what we're doing here, not just, you know, flicking through YouTube. And although again, this also serves a purpose, and I'm not just here to, again, I don't even monetize my channel because I don't want to be censored or, you know, I don't know, double checked. You know, I'm trying to slide through the cracks, so to say, in my own way. And that's also why I'm dependent on donations in a sense, next to generally, you know, we could do with generally more support for the immensity of what we've been doing. And again, we need to really call this in. It's not, you know, there is no shame. And as well, especially now, right now, with the full forgiveness, there's no more shame, no more blame, no more guilt. It's all just done. You just understand it's a creation of the oneness, and there's just timelessness, and there's just divine frequency alignment. That's what gets us there. Us fully embodying what we're speaking about. Same as me, again, I embody what I'm speaking about, as well as I listen back to it and I integrate it further. It's the both ends. Because there's only one of us here, and I always speak to myself. Okay, so we have disconnected from the artificial hive mind, because the monad has tuned into the Godhead. We're fully aligned. I'm getting a lot of activations right now. What's coming now, that's also why I think I need to go offline. It's just, we need to take this fully offline ultimately. But at the call, you know, like the last one, the activation was fully online, but I was thrown off a lot of times. And it's just what we have to deal with right now. But I think it's going to be okay one way or another. Because again, otherwise it's going to be a remote activation where you just tune into the telepathic field, which we're here to ignite, where we're just going to be telepathically connected. And it's just like, you think of someone, want to talk to them, and you're there, or talk to them, you know, in your mind, which we do anyway all the time. That's the whole fun part. There's just one of us here, as well as, you know, again, we're getting rid of all of this artificialness, where it's just a connected net and everybody can communicate and knows what to do, and, you know, send us forth and back in real time, so to say, without you being overloaded. There's still filters there, so to say. Anyway, what was getting with this? So tune into the telepathic network, the multidimensional playing field, because you're taking over the dream field as you are at one with source, as well as all the players around you. We're co-creating this, and we're here to create total harmony, balance, unity, peace, love, joy again, you know, by knowing and understanding, because ultimately it's about, don't get corrupted by outside sources, as well as be open to them, But just again, don't go against your own inner knowing and wisdom by, it doesn't matter what anyone says around you, no matter how much pressure they put you under, even if they try and kill you, because that's literally the stories we've been living through. We've been killed, tortured, raped, whatever, for so many lifetimes, for the information, for the wisdom, for the power we held, for the love we held, for the love we emanate, for the keys and codes we carry. Because they are literally the divine blueprints of creation. They needed to do this, they are us, remember, in order to create these artificial realities in order for us to all learn our lessons. Okay, like my throat is now, I need to take a break, generally, to be fully charged up for this, because like I've been so trying to, not just trying, I am deepening into this mother supermagnetism, but again, I still need people to really, really step up so I can relax more, especially the divine masculine. So it's like, again, it's all happening within your own consciousness. There's nobody really doing anything here. That's the cosmic joke. But you need to keep listening to your intuition. It's both, and you need to keep fulfilling the hero's journey. Because I was also shown the interference patterns, which are fully clearing in the freaking field right now. God, so much hard work. It's like you're allowing interference to come in and take you off path. Don't allow it anymore. Nothing, no one. When somebody asks you something, when you feel no, say no. I don't care what they think and feel about you. This is not about being nice. This is about being true. Being true is being love. Love doesn't look like they've taught us or showed us. That was all like kind of trauma bonding. Let the fuck go. Be true to yourself. And it can come from love and compassion, as well as sometimes you really need to put your foot down and just like say, no, no more, not okay. Like everything needs to be aligned in our field right now. I'm still like looking at things and aligning, and one now moment to the next, and it's perfect, as it always is. You can't get this ultimately wrong. There is no failure. That's what you really need to get right. That's the thing. You can literally throw dice. I sometimes literally throw kind of dice on my decisions. It's like once you pass a certain stage in ascension, it's like I've been shown a little while ago. It's like it's kind of an autopilot for me in a way. As well as obviously I really take, great responsibility in what I'm here for. As well as it's a freaking joke and it's a dream. You really need to get to that place to gain true freedom, because there is just no one doing anything here anymore, which is what clears the karma. Because you're not a victim, you're not a victimizer, you're none of these things anymore, and there's no one else around you doing that. It's just perfect, as well as you constantly realign your realities, aka your consciousness, but you do it from deep within, because you can't change other people, but you can change your perception of what's happening. As you change the perception of what's happening to you, any negative experience can, the same as us going through pain, have gratitude for the clearing. That's true mastership. I really learned this. You need to apply it, especially with what's coming now. So again, everybody is at a slightly different point. Everybody needs to go through Bardo to make it to a new earth, one way or another. Which is you facing everything you've ever done, forgiving yourself for everything you've ever done, everyone else, which is all just one and the same. That sets everyone free. That's real truth. The ultimate truth is you're doing this all to yourself. Ultimately, any persecutor, victimizer out there is your own inner persecutor, victimizer projected out, because you're not owning up to your own self-loathing and anger and whatever. Manipulator, gaslighting yourself at the deepest level, as well as you need to say no to this. That's how you say no to it in your reality, where you like no longer accept this in your, that bullshit. So many things. So master your thoughts. That's you mastering your reality. Okay. When our consciousness gets hijacked, it's our imagination. It's other people telling you what's happening, what's not happening. How long is this going to happen? How this all even works? Cancel, clear, delete right now. Everything you ever have been taught by an outside source and you haven't experienced or been shown by yourself. I'm going very deep with this right now. Because whoever influences our consciousness, our belief systems, our thought forms, that's the real virus you need to look out for. Anything, and there are no, for me, infectious diseases. They're only just infectious thought forms and belief systems that tell you like you can catch anything. That's why Joshua worked with, you know, sick people, like infectious people. Because you're Teflon. You're Teflon. You know, again, like you go through periods of sometimes purification, same as when I, you know, I had my burnout, whatever. And for years I couldn't drink coffee, but now I like it. And I can kind of take more or less anything and it's not really harming me. I don't ever overdo anything, but as well as I don't project toxicity onto anything, as well as, you know, obviously there's certain things like you don't want to get in contact with. But it's like, you know, when the whole vaccine thing was starting, and I shared this recently somewhere, I don't know. But anyway, it's like, you know, I was really like getting to the point where, okay, if they come to my door and they're going to like drag me out and like inject me with that, you know, vaccine, you just don't give your permission to it. Like your body can produce an antidote to anything that's ever been ingested one way or another. It's very intelligent. Listen to your body. When you have fully ascended in your plasma light body self, you're literally eternal, invincible. Nothing can harm you. Okay. The main thing is you're not losing your consciousness. You're not suppressing anything. Like you can ultimately use yoga in order to suppress stuff. You can use anything, whether it's shopping, whether it's alcohol, whether it's, I don't know, anything that constantly distracts you, you know, television, social media, anything. And we all have addictions. You need to really just drop all of the judgments and have fun with the humanness right now, whilst you're doing maybe something that you're still judging, you know, or like an old part of you that you're in resistance of. Because often we are purifying the very things we're judging until we're no longer judging it, aka the whole collective consciousness no longer judges it, because everything is still serving a purpose. And we just need to look at it from a higher perspective. As you lose your judgment, you heal yourself. As you heal yourself, all that is not in true alignment will fall away. Just let it be shown to you instead of you having a preconceived idea of what that is and what that looks like, your true self. And it constantly evolves, expands. Just keep loving yourself as you are now. You are more than enough and never too much. Very big right now. Okay, so I need to stop this now. My throat hurts. We're all tired. And we're just going to freaking relax now. Treat yourself like the queen and king that you are in order to fully awaken this. As if the infinite abundance is already here without being reckless, so to say, you know, and stupid. Like again, recklessness is very debatable because it's a freaking hologram. Seriously. Jump all the way in. This is it. All lifetimes, the chance of all lifetimes put together. So the divine masculine and feminine Maji Grail, queen and kings, the cosmic dragons, who are safekeeping our ancient future wisdom and gnosis, aka the blueprints of heaven on earth, the Edenic body blueprint, the DNA of the diamond rainbow Godson body, which holds the blueprint for our creation. So they're fully rising now as one in true divine union, which is igniting everything, which is ultimately the moment of total self-love. This is why just love it all the way the fuck up. God will show you what's true, what's not true. Not any other fucking person, even an ascended master, anyone has channeled, even you have channeled yourself. It's still not source speaking to you, is it? No guardian, none. Eska ashata, ekarata. Like, seriously. Ascension is about merging with God's source consciousness, nothing less. Everything else is part of this. But again, all the Ascended Master levels, which includes Guardian levels, are being fully purged and cleared. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. If you dress it up as something else, it's still channeling. It's still streaming information. It's not straight from the Godhead. It cannot. It's not the ultimate truth. So I said my piece. Seriously, this is a big thing. This is causing the distortions. It's not even to put into words anymore. I think I said enough about this. Anyway. So your imagination is everything, however complicated you want to make this, simplify. You're the Ascended Masters, you're the Guardians, you're integrating this now, and you're clearing out all the distortions from all layers and levels of consciousness. Never mind how you want to categorize them, put them into fucking boxes, right, wrong, good, bad, distorted, good, dark, right, wrong. Your dark, masculine, feminine is your gold, especially right now. Let it all the way the fuck rise in order to burn the shithole down, because it's literally fighting fire with fire. The dragon's coming out to take this, all realities, all realms back. You are the Guardians, you are the Ascended Masters, you're here to do this. You're not waiting for anyone, anything as such. It's happening from inside of you, from within the aloneness. So when you're dancing on yourself, remember this. Ultimately, then you're going to project all of your friends and family and beloveds out in a magic moment in no time, so to say. But, you know, I think most people get me. It's really beyond words at this point. I mean, so you are fully awakening from the dream, spells of forgetfulness, all veils lift. Just believe, let go. You are source. Everything is possible now. Here. It's only now. Isakash. Love is what's healing us and saving us all, ultimately. Okay. So you're transforming, you're alchemizing into higher states of consciousness, energy, frequency, bandwidths. It's all consciousness. It's frequency that's aligned. That's what aligns you with the higher realities. If you can't align, you can't. And it's ultimately truth, which is love. And you feel this through your heart. And yeah, it's just, you know, you need to die upon your false self in order to make it out of your life, quite frankly. So let go of all of the fears, doubts, worries, insecurities. It's happening collectively. It's also connected to soul groups. Just let it all go, any fear. Just let it go. Okay, it's not real. So again, our DNA hijacked is our consciousness being hijacked. Someone else imposing their views, belief system onto yours, and you then changing your point of view, overwriting your own. Where we should be is we should expand our perception, where it's like, oh, okay. Every time I have a conversation with someone who's got maybe an opposing viewpoint, it's going to help me to expand mine without changing mine. That's where the magic lies. Usanata, all together as one, Akarata. That's how we expand consciousness. No more afraid, no more feeling threatened, defensive, running away from anything. Okay, it's like consciousness. Come on, people. Now let's have a good laugh at this, because it's been insane. That's what you have to know. And the whole cosmos is our home now, because all of creation gets projected out from based what we are carrying within our sacred crystal hearts. So the purer your heart, the purer your projections, and the mind is one with that, heart, mind. It's literally one now. Right, left brain, higher, lower self, masculine, feminine, matter, antimatter, heaven and earth. Uska, Aishka, Eska, Eska, Panila, Futurity. Aishka, Skas, Kus, take it up. Dina Sakitva, Dina Sikra. So, let's finish this. In all ways, shapes, and forms. Let's have fun with this. Okay, so join me if you feel called for the 27th. Details are below. All together as one, let's finish this. Okay, the last hurrah, the finale, because you're all ready, more than ready. But you need to be in total 0 point field for this. No more resisting anything, no more seeking anything as such. Again, you can still feel these things, but you just ultimately you're not resisting the resistance or are attached to the attachment or fighting the fight. It's just, you just surrender. Okay, just love it all up. Seriously, it's ultimately that easy. Although not that easy. It's simple, but not that easy. So don't let anyone mess with your path, mission, purpose anymore. That's you allowing that. That's the interference patterns. Okay. No one, like, crystal clarity now, fully from within you, your own crystal clarity, without having to defend it, and keep expanding it. That's what the magic was. This is what all of this was about. All of it. Consciousness expansion of the one. So now we create the perfect reality of the new divine organic creatrix field, where everybody creates the reality for their own as well as together as one, but in its own perfect divine harmony balance that is constantly being fine-tuned and expanded, aligned. So the future is merely a vision, the past but a sea of memories. Only the now is worthwhile embracing and truly living. So let's do this, okay? Live life to the fullest, right frickin' now, 0303, and merge it with New Earth now. Again, it doesn't need to look any one thing from one now moment to the next. Just follow your guidance. Well, what would you want to do if there was no judgment? Nobody has ever told you, this is a good thing, this is a bad thing, no, you shouldn't be doing this. Again, as long as you don't endanger yourself or anyone else or go unconscious, we're good here. That's what I've been shown. So enjoy whatever that means for you. Don't judge anyone, anything. Try that. That's true freedom. Keep asking to be shown the real truth. Keep letting go of anything you've been ever told right now, myself included, and really just dig deep into your own arising inner gnosis wisdom, the cosmic history records, fully igniting from within you, through your fully opening sacred crystal hearts, divine love, taking over. Okay? Goodbye, hive mind. See you later, crazy false ego self, creating all this false matrix reality. Goodbye, magnetic fields and false north-south pole environments. Let's fully ignite the true original divine blueprints of creation, the Yan-Yun flow, fully anchoring the cosmic rod and staff codes, fully online. It's all here. It's just aligning everything perfectly for the perfect frequency alignment. Outside of time, it's outside of 27, it's outside of anything you can imagine. It's timeless, it's quantum, it has already happened. So keep tuning in there and keep just clearing your field and keep asking to be shown from one now moment to the next what needs to be done. Because it's us remembering what we have already done to get this done. Okay? Because we're remembering, oh wow, this is what we have arranged. This is what we've built together. This is like, it's again, already done. And you fully let go, as well as then make it happen. Because this is what we came here for. We definitely didn't just come and just sit around and wait for anything as such. Although there's also a lot of that involved. As we wait for perfect alignment, there's a lot of patience, there's, so to say, waiting, as well as there's a lot happening within that void, those void spaces. But we are truly over the whole cocooning stage and are ready to fly, which is very much connected to us teleporting together around the campfire for the cosmic reunion party. Okay? Make it happen. Your imagination is everything. You believing in this is everything. I think I just saw a light across my forehead. That was not a fly. Anyway, but just tune into the magical realms, because that's what you're igniting. You're the elementals, you're the fairies, you're the elves, you are all the rainbow colors of creation. Everything is you, everything you seek is inside of you and then projected out. That's where I need to get to. That's the super magnetism of the mother. It's just ease and grace now. I can feel it's my own reality. And I'm fully going to anchor this in now on behalf of all of us, truly. Okay, this is not being selfish. You really need to, the divine feminines right now, we go into this whole divine feminine energy of receiving everything coming to them, the beingness where everything is being birthed from, and the divine masculine, it also helps them to fully rise up and get into that action role for them to fully rise as the Maji Grail king. And again, they fully heal one another, because even like I put something from Ascension Glossary in the description of the activation for the 27th, because it's very relevant, and it talks about the Maji Grail king, so the masculine, but it's really like it's like at this point, even saying masculine or feminine just doesn't make any sense anymore. You know, as Rumi would say, like even the words, you know, you and me don't make any sense in this space of oneness, because we all have, again, this sort of masculine feminine aspects. It's all about just clearing that out, alchemizing it, not demonizing nothing. Everything has a purpose. Everything can be transmuted into higher levels of consciousness. Okay? And you can't do this when you kind of suppress or deny any parts of yourself. So embrace and love it all up. And now is the only time and moment anything ever changes, ever. And it's the eternal now moment, where there's no more time. There's just divine frequency alignment. Let me feel that. Now, there's energy moving. Okay, it's time for me to really relax. So let's do this together as one. Again, everybody needs to balance out the field in their own way. Some need to step up more and some need to step down more. Okay? You know what to do in every now moment. If you listen to your heart's guidance, that's God speaking to you. Remember that. That's your compass. That's all you really need to know. This will show you true north, your true alignment with source. Is your heart. So don't let anyone mess with your realities now and what you're really here to do, what you want, the realities you want to create. You need to be really like very, remember, it's a simulation. Doesn't matter who it is, how loud they scream. If you know that you're not supposed to run to them to try and, you know, no more enabling, no more fixing, healing anyone who's not really stepping up themselves. You just cannot. It's not helping anyone. Okay, that's it. So, hello. Oh, good. I think that's relaxation moving in. I know this is an activation for the field in general, because usually I don't yawn, no matter what time it is. So the divine masculine, feminine, Maji Grail, queens and kings, the cosmic dragons, who have been safekeeping our wisdom and ancient gnosis, the cosmic history records, are fully rising. And as they do, the memories fully ignite. As you believe in yourself, your God self activates, because you're believing in God, which is your true self. Okay? So ignite those ancient memories, trust yourself, more comes online. Okay? And this is not a time, again, to be afraid to be seen. You need to just let all this go. It's just the ego. Who cares? Like, again, if I'm the only one dancing, who gives a shit? They'll be entertained. So dance, sing, talk, speak as if nobody's watching. I mean, ultimately, you're the only one watching. If you talk about watches, there's only one of us here. So get the fun part, 311, and have a good old laugh at it, because that's what dissolves the matrix. It really does. So time to have fun. Let's do this. So much love. Bye, 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 bye. And again, if you want to join the activation, details are below in the description box. And thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing. Share. Anything helps. Everything, donations. Thank you so, so much. Because as you see my value and worth of what I'm doing here, you're also seeing yours in a way, you know, that's like people who get this, they really get this. So thank you so much for getting it. And everyone else that's meant to is going to get this now too. Because I was saying to my container, I don't know, a few days back, it's like, you know, we've been thrown stones at so far, you know, and those will be kind of turned into rose petals. So where before, you know, we've been like triggering people with our light and our truth, speaking it, and it's been very hard. It's now people are going to really appreciate it and really get it and no longer feel defensive and attack us for it. And I had like an activation around this today, and I was like, wow, yeah, thanks. That would be really nice. So, you know, all right. So justice. And it's all about you just being fully confident and no longer caring if anybody gets triggered by you. Or, you know, anything. It's the same as a healer. Somebody goes into a healing crisis. I mean, it doesn't need to be you, but you might be a catalyst to it. So to say, you know, it can happen through anything. You just know it's like, you know, you don't allow also then people to project their shadows onto you, of like that you did anything wrong. Because I mean, I had this in the past, I kind of like signs of this, but nobody ever really kind of did that as such. But you know, I have had people that had, you know, healings with me, and then I went into kind of a healing crisis. I had another person who ended up in the hospital. But again, then you understood that it's like the deeper when you go to the core, that's what can happen, especially right now. Again, really listen to your guidance. If like some kind of feeling is coming up, like don't just suffer. If you need to go to a doctor, go to a doctor. You know, you might need that, whatever medicine that they are giving you. Purify the medicine. If you have any kind of negative projections onto it, you know, like really, you need to just clear this all out. You are overwriting everything. The same as the 3D realities now, overwrite. Keep overwriting, keep seeing what you want to. If you could shapeshift reality, what would you make this? Okay? Keep going there because it's all in your imagination, literally. Ashkuta. Okay. So much love, so many blessings. Bye, 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 bye.